Can we discuss shipping again, first product? Yeah, so kind of our workflow for shipping our product off to Amazon, especially our very first shipment, is we get our big boxes from China, right? So they got tape all over them and they probably look like crap. We open those, we get our Uline boxes, right, that are 24 by 10 by 8. And for our very first shipment, we pretty much quality control checked every single unit. I mean, we only had 150. So our first order, we sent 150 units to Amazon. So we physically inspected every single pack. I'm not saying you have to do that. And I'm not saying, especially if you have a sealed packaging, like your packaging for your product is sealed, you obviously don't want to break the seal. So you might have to get creative and kind of look through the plastic or the poly bag or whatever it's in. Or if it is in like a cardboard box, open the box and then maybe don't check every single one, but I would check as many as you feel comfortable checking just for quality control, because you do not want to have a bad defect go to Amazon and get sold and get you a 1-star review, because that's going to crush your review average in the beginning. So every single unit, you have to make sure it's in top-notch sellable quality. And usually those first shipments from your suppliers, there's a lot more defects. It takes them a few shipments before you really nail it down and you don't really have as many defects. So do as much quality control as you can. And then, yeah, you just are going to nicely organize them into your Uline boxes. That's what we do. So you just nicely stack them in there into your Uline boxes. What I would recommend doing too is do not tape your boxes shut until all your boxes are full. So if you're going to ship, let's say you put 10 units in a box and you're going to ship 100 units. So you got 10 boxes, put all your units in, 10 boxes of 10. Don't tape them until you're ready to stick the label on them. What we do, kind of our workflow for back when we used to do this ourselves, is we would Sharpie on the top of the box. We would Sharpie on the top of the box what it was and what size it was and the quantity. So for example, we have different packs of bandanas. So we have an amber pack, a ruby pack, a classic pack. So we'd put in 50 amber larges in a cardboard box, and I would write on the top with a Sharpie, amber 50L. So I knew in that box, that's what was in there. We'd even double count really quickly. So we'd put them in, count them, and then I'd go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and just file count them all, make sure they're all good. Amber 50 large, slide the box to the side. So you got 10 boxes. They're all Sharpied on top. None of them are taped shut. Now you're going to go into, I'll just show you guys. We can walk through this. We got plenty of time. Let me just pretend we're going to create a shipment here. So after all your product is loaded into boxes, we're going to go into inventory. I remember how to do this. I literally probably haven't done this when was the last time I sent inventory? Gosh, it's been probably like a year. Inventory, manage FBA shipments, and send to Amazon right here at the top. So right here at the top, there's this send to Amazon. So you're going to go to the send to Amazon tool. And the very first time you do this, you're going to have to create a packing template right here. So you'll probably only see maybe 1 or 2, depending on how many SKUs, you'll see a line item for each SKU. So like you can see, we have, per size, large, small, small. So every single SKU will have its own line here. You're going to have to go in here, create a new case pack template, name it, how many units are in your box, what's the size of your box, and your box weight. So again, you've got your boxes sitting there. You should know the size of your box because you've ordered them from Uline. But for the weight, after it's packed, so my 50 amber larges, I go get my kitchen scale and I set the box on the scale and it says 13.2 pounds. So I come in here and put in 13.2. Who labels units? By seller. No prep needed because you've already got your barcodes and all that already on it. So no prep is needed. Units per box, save. Okay. So your template is there. So you can see mine right here. Here's my template. Alpine 100 small. Alpine 100 small, 100 units per box. That's my box size. That's how much the box weighs. Okay. And I name my template Alpine 100 small. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to come in here. You're going to create a template. And then you're simply going to put how many boxes you're sending. So you've got your 10 boxes there. And let's just pretend they're all the same SKU. So you've got 10 boxes, 10 units per box. So all you're going to do is come in here and type 10 boxes, click ready to send. Okay. Ready to send. Boom. Donezo. Scroll down, confirm and continue. It's not letting me confirm and continue. And I don't really want to do it because I don't want to jack up my prep center and see hey, what is this? Were you trying to ship something? Let me go to an older workflow and see if I can just sneak on it, see if it will show me the next step. So, okay, there we go. Okay, I'm just going to open all these up again. So there you go. You're done. So these are the units that you were going to send. You put in your box information and all that kind of stuff. Pretend that's all in there. I know this is you're like, what the heck? That's not showing. Just pretend it's in there. I basically just want to show you this next step. So it's in there. You come here to confirm your shipping. You're going to have, this is the main thing you want to focus on in this page. There's going to be two options for you right here: UPS partnered shipping or a non-partnered carrier. You're most likely going to want to use UPS partnered carrier. It's going to give you by far the best rate that you can find anywhere. So you're just going to make sure this is checked, and this is just going to get billed to your Amazon account. It's just going to get billed right to your account. If you are making money, it's just going to get deducted as a fee. And if you're not making money on Amazon, it's just going to get charged to your credit card on file as part of your like fees and everything. But yeah, that you can see how much it costs. And so if you want to break down like how much did it cost per unit, you could come in here and see how many units did you ship. I shipped 780 plus 500, 1,280 units were shipped, and it was 68.72. So we could do our math there. So it costs me 5 cents per unit. I think I did that right. 5 cents per unit to ship to Amazon. Okay. So if you want to like calculate that out and see what kind of rate you're getting, you could say, oh, okay, to ship from my house to Amazon's warehouse, it's cost me 5 cents a unit. So that's just good information to kind of know if you want to update your FBA calculator and make sure you're really understanding what your profit margin actually is. You can just kind of do that simple math. Okay. So last thing here is you're going to go to step 3, print item labels. This is where I really recommend you go buy yourself a Rollo printer. It's a thermal printer. It does not use ink, so you never have to buy more ink. It just heat prints onto the label, and the default label size is 4x6, which is what a Rollo prints. 4x6. So all you do is you can check this information and just see like, oh, where is it shipping? It's shipping to Henderson, Nevada. That's where most of ours get shipped to. That's like our nearest hub. But yeah, you can check and see where it's all going. It might have 2 shipments. It might have you split it into 2 different warehouses. Sometimes it does that. But regardless of if it's 1 or 2 warehouses, you're just going to click print item labels. Boom, there they are. Now you just go print, choose your Rollo printer. Boom, it's going to print them out, and it's a beautiful site. And then you're going to stick them on your boxes. Now, keep in mind, there's 2 labels here, label 1, label 2. And you can kind of cheat and understand what it is by looking at the top, and it will say this goes on box 1 of 14. This also goes on box 1 of 14. So every box gets 2 labels. You get a FBA label. This is the barcode for Amazon, so they know what is in your box. And you get a UPS label. This is the barcode for the UPS guy knowing where to deliver your thing. Okay. So 2 stickers go on every box. And you'll notice if I scroll, it's going to tell me this goes on box 2 of 14, 2 of 14. This goes on box 3 of 14 and 3 of 14. Okay. And if you want to know, so again, remember, you have your 10 boxes sitting out in your living room, the unit's all in there, nothing is taped up. And the reason why I say don't tape stuff up until the very end is in case you need to double check, in case you need to change something. Sometimes, guys, you'll come in here and create shipments and things, and there might be stuff you have to go back and fix in a box, or the packing template needs to be updated. And so I just say, don't tape it shut until you're like ready to stick the labels on and get it out the door. But let's assume everything's good to go. You've printed all your labels. So now you're just going to go match up your labels with the correct box. So you can see right down here, let me zoom in on for you guys. You can see right here on this FBA label what the SKU is, okay? So you can see the Amazon SKU right there, or you can see what your template is right there. So that's how we know, okay, this goes on my birthday XL 80 box. And if I scroll down, I know that there's multiple SKUs here. This goes on my Ryan 50 large box. You can see that right there. And we have that there, so I don't have to. That's the reason why we like label our packing templates the way we do, is so that for that reason. So see how your packing template is named like that. So that way, if you name it something vague like 100 larges or Uline box A, that's not going to help you out when you're trying to match up labels. You're going to have to go to Amazon, look up this little SKU or memorize it. And it's way easier just to know it by name. That's why I'd name your packing template something that's like really identifiable. So when you're going to stick labels on boxes, you can just quickly glance and be like, oh, this goes on a Ryan 50 large. This other one down here, these are all Ryan 50 larges. This one goes on a Catherine 50 large box. Tape up your box, stick the 2 labels on the box, boom, out the door to UPS. And that's it. That's how you create a shipment. Super easy. It'll take some time the first few times you do it, but after you do it a couple times, we would crank out. I'm pretty sure it took us like an hour and a half to do our first 150 units, but we got so good at this. We could send 5,000 units, get 5,000 units out the door with our team, the 4 of us, in like an hour. It was crazy. We were a machine.